The nutritional management of a calf should be based on a forage-based program, and that requires us to start doing some planning well in advance of weaning of a calf. If you're going to have grass for that calf to graze, you have to manage those pastures to where you have forage available. When you wean those calves, they can go to pasture, rather than staying in a dry lot where you're required to feed them a complete ration. Now, most weaning programs require those calves be trained to eat. And so you're kind of in a situation where you have to teach them to eat out of a trough, and it's beneficial for their health later on as well to know how to do that, but you have to control the cost of that aspect. There's a concept, it's not a concept, it's a reality, and it's called value of gain. What we have to consider is if we are going to get these calves heavier, or we should be targeting at least some weight gain during the weaning program. Now, what is acceptable weight gain, what is profitable weight gain, and what is promoted weight gain, I think are three different concepts. To maintain the health on a calf, he needs to be gaining somewhere around a pound of weight per day through a weaning program. Now, that's kind of a minimum. If you start getting below that, you're probably going to start compromising him somewhat from a nutritional standpoint. If you start pushing to get over 2 pounds per head per day gain on a calf, a lot of times we're spending more money and it's costing more per pound of gain than it's worth. And so you have to look at what your market is going to be doing, what the value of that calf at weaning is going to be, to see if you can actually put on weight for less than what that value is of that calf. So that's the trick. And we can look at some value calculations and how to get at that. But you take that decreasing value as calves get bigger, they're worth less per pound. It's what I call a price rollback based on weight gain. So that goes against us in a weaning program. So we have to really look at what the value of that gain is going to be. It's not what that price per pound you're going to receive is going to be. It's something less than that. So we need to keep that in mind as we're developing our nutritional program. The reason I suggest you use a forage-based program, forage is cheaper than a processed ration would be for calves. You'd like to have something that will supplement the nutritional value of the forage they're grazing or the hay they're consuming. Now, realizing hay has a cost to it as well, and a lot of producers don't consider that cost when they're weaning calves because they produced it on their operation so that it's supposedly free. But it's going to cost you somewhere around 50 to 60 bucks a roll just to get forage in front of those calves. Now then, can you have standing forage that's cheaper than that? And if you can have some quality forage, Bermuda grass pastures that are ready in September to wean calves for an October or November sale, that's ideal. That's high quality grass that might be coming in a fall flush of rain. But you have to set aside that pasture to do that. Fertilize it appropriately, have it ready and available to put those calves in. So that is another aspect of this. It takes a lot of planning to have that pasture ready and make sure that if you're going to feed hay, that it's high quality hay. You've had your hay tested, you know what the quality of it is, and you know what supplements have to be fed along with that. Now then, what constitutes a good supplement to a calf? Most weaning programs and proponents of those programs would suggest you feed a complete ration or something like that, in the order of 12 to 14% protein ration. And that, if you're going to feed them a complete diet, that's normally what you'd need. But those tend to cost more, and with the price of corn going up and the price of grain-based supplements going up and feeds going up, the cost per pound of gain is going to be high. So we're trying to look more at using a protein supplement on grass, particularly 5-weight cattle and up. Now, if you have under 5-weight cattle and you're weaning, targeting them, you're going to have to supplement energy as well. They're just not going to get enough out of a forage-based program to meet all their needs. So nutritional considerations is not a blanket statement. You have to look at the weight of cattle you're going to be weaning, genetic makeup of those cattle, and decide what kind of supplement best suits those cattle. It may be that you can get by on commodity-based supplements, co-products, byproduct feeds, or using those feeds blended into a ration to control costs.